All praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. And this lesson is going to be about this conspiracy theory word, right? Because anytime you start speaking truth about what the system and start speaking about what the workers of darkness, right? Or you're a conspiracy theorist, right? You don't have no proof of these things. They're just made up. Yeah, we do got proof. Because what the people who used to be part of this society is what they tell it on themselves. They tell it on themselves. Their houses are divided. They tell it on themselves, right? You got the 1% ruling over everybody, right? And this 1%, they don't believe in peace. They don't believe in sharing with the people of the world, right? It says when the wicked beareth rule, what the people mourn, right? The people are mourning. The people are upset, right? Because they don't have nothing. Right, the wicked have robbed the people of everything, but when you speak about this, you're considered a conspiracy theorist, right? I'm gonna read the book of Psalms 64, verse 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves." Who's that? The wicked. The wicked, Esau, Edom. They're telling on themselves. They're exposing their secret societies. They're exposing these Epstein files and these different pedophile rings and these different human trafficking rings and these different drug they run the drug market, they run the kidnapping market, they run the fucking human trade market, they run everything. The earth is given into their hands. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." I'm gonna read. The term conspiracy theory originated in the 19th century with its first known appearance in an 1869 New York Times letter regarding Civil War era British politics, right? Coming out of these devils, right? Talking about these devils, right? Because people were always exposing these devils. So how did they use? They use propaganda, right? They use misinformation, disinformation, right? It says while used sporadically, earlier it became a common projective label in the 1960s, particularly after the 1967 CIA document to discredit critics of the Warren Commission, right? The Warren Commission, right? Because we know everything. Every time you start exposing Esau, you're a conspiracy theorist. But is he a conspiracy theorist? Because he's exposing himself.
Contain myself on this. I'm going to try to contain myself on this one because, my God, you want to start getting me fired up, just start messing with people's freedom of speech. Start messing with people's freedom of speech and then lie about it on top of what happened. You're not in this camp. You're in some weird communism, another country first camp instead of America first and actually caring about us. So for those of you who didn't hear, there was a Marine who simply expressed his freedom of speech. At this point, I don't know what our government's doing. It seemed like it was a book club as far as if we should be at war or not in Israel. And the answer is no, for anyone who's curious. And if you don't know why, I recommend that you start educating yourself. This isn't 1950 anymore, where you just listen to everything the government tells you and you've got your MAGA hat and it's all good. Nope. You need to do your own research as far as how Israel has treated us in the past, what we actually get out of the relationship, and what Israel has done. I said, nope. You need to do your own research.
No, the people, they ain't gonna research. They're not gonna try to find out if it's true or not, right? There's a fear of truth, right? It's called alethophobia, right? Is the fear of intense dislike of truth, often causing individuals to reject reality to avoid discomfort, pain, challenging established beliefs, right? Oh man, come on, man. We love Christmas. What you mean Santa ain't real? We ain't gonna stop worshiping Christmas, man. Come on, man. Thanksgiving, that's a family tradition, man. We come together. Mama and Papa and the family come together, man. Right? They still holding on to what the traditions of men. right? They're still holding on to beliefs and false ideologies of the past that are not the truth. That are not the truth. I'm gonna read it again. It says, Alethophobia is the fear of intense dislike of the truth, often causing individuals to reject reality to avoid discomfort, pain, and challenging the established beliefs. It is a psychological defense mechanism against, for example, the fear of change. The fear of change, and that's what they don't want. They don't want to see this kingdom go down. No, man, leave the Edomites in power, man. We got grocery stores, we got the NFL, we got the NBA, man. We got all music, we got hip hop, we got R&B. Come on, man, we can't afford for America to go down, man. They don't want to see the change, social exclusion or personal accountability, right? I'm gonna read it again. It says, it is psychologically defense mechanism against, for example, the fear of change, social exclusion. Oh man, you talking that shit now, people don't want to fuck with you, right? You talking the truth, people don't cut you off, or personal accountability. This fear can lead to, for example, self-deception, right? And I've been doing videos about that deception and the adoption of false narratives. That's what you people have adopted, false narratives, right? You've been deceived by who the devil, Esau, Edom, right? And Esau, Edom, who's the chief of Esau, Edom? Amalek, and that's the main people you cannot say nothing about.
On this one, because I'm going to try to contain myself on this one, because my God, you want to start getting me fired up, just start messing with people's freedom of speech. Start messing with people's freedom of speech, and then lie about it on top of what happened. You're not in this camp. You're in some weird communism, another country first camp instead of America first, and actually caring about us. So for those of you who didn't hear, there was a Marine who simply expressed his freedom of speech. At this point, I don't know what our government's doing. It seemed like it was a book club as far as if we should be at war or not in Israel. And the answer is no, for anyone who's curious. And if you don't know why, I recommend that you start educating yourself. This isn't 1950 anymore, where you just listen to everything the government tells you and you've got your MAGA hat and it's all good. Nope. You need to do your own research as far as how Israel has treated us in the past, what we actually get out of the relationship, and what Israel has done. And if you don't want to, then just, I don't know. All right, so why don't we start from the top here? Obviously, I'm not going to show his arm being broken, because people just don't need to see that. And if you have a problem with that kind of stuff, then I hear you. I don't want to hear it, but I watched it and I heard it, and you can hear it snap and everything like that, and it's honestly pretty sad. But I want y'all to listen to what the guy said, how calm he was, if he was violent or not, if he started anything other than simply expressing his freedom of speech, and watch what the Capitol Police did, and then this senator.
Wait, if you were locked up in Illinois juvie at Cook County, Audi Home, or anywhere else in the system, this is the money glitch that's getting former detainees properly compensated. Illinois juvenile detention staff allegedly failed to properly protect youth from abuse, putting your safety at risk. And now a landmark lawsuit.
Expressing his freedom of speech, and watch what the Capitol Police did, and then this senator.
War. America does not want to fight this war for Israel.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
America does not want to fight its sons and daughters the war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you have exemptness as leaders.
Out.
This is wrong.
Stop.
And nobody wants to fight. That shows you have exemptness as leaders. America does not want to fight its sons and daughters the war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you have exemptness as leaders.
Out.
This is wrong.
Stop.
And nobody wants to fight for Israel.
A reminder to all our
Commandant, please stand up as a Marine. Stand up.
Folks, this is the culmination of our country being in the fucking shitter. And if you can't see it, I'll pray for you.
as a Marine and stand up.
Folks, this is the culmination of our country being in the fucking shitter. And if you can't see it, I'll pray for you.
You already know where I'm going. It's the book of Mark 3, and let's start at 24. All right? And it reads, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up and be divided, he cannot stand. But what have an end? What have an end? Yeah, you got the Marines getting beat up by the state police, by the motherfucking Senate police, whoever them dudes is, beating up the Marine, man. Right? It don't matter if you got a red, white, and blue flag in your house and you done fought in the military, man. If you ain't about this man's system and his NWO, right? You gonna get fucked up. Even if you about his shit, you ain't part of that elite. You ain't part of the elites, right? They like, what did my man say? Let's get this.
Reason for this? There's a reason. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pocket.
War. America does not want to fight this war for Israel.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows your exemptness as leaders.
Out.
This is wrong, Doc. And nobody wants to fight for Israel. No.
Just a reminder to all our
Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up.
Folks, this is the culmination of our country being in the fucking shitter.
Read the book of Isaiah 19 and 1. It reads, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and all the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, And they shall fight everyone against his brother. Right, those were Edomites fighting against Edomites, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, right? And the Egyptian will I give over to the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And that's what happened. Right? That's what's happening. It's lucky. That's what's being happening. That's what's going on right now as we speak. Right? The Egyptian against the Egyptian. Right? And it's not a conspiracy theory, these things, right? There's a reason that the Egyptian is going against the Egyptian, because the things that were spoken of that they kept secret for a long time has come out, right? Their lies, their secret societies of darkness, right, has been exposed, right? And people don't want to fight for who? These small hats, right? You can say anything against anybody on earth. You can talk about against the Arabs. You can say anything against the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You could even say something about Esau, Edom. Just don't talk about Amalek, right? And who's the earth hands given into? Who? The wicked, right? Because I'm reading the book of Ecclesiasticus. Bear with me. So let me go to Mark 4:22. For there is nothing hid which shall not be made. For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested. Neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. Right? And the Lord is causing the heathen to tell upon themselves. They're causing the tongues to fall upon themselves. They're exposing their evil, wicked society. Right? This is the book of Ephesians 5:11. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right? Esau's whole world is about darkness. Right? They under that cabal, satanic spirit of what? Of iniquity. That's why it talks about. Let's get this. It's 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And then what? And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Talking about Esau, Edom. Yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory. There's a wicked person on earth that rules over everybody else. That's keeping them in slavery. Hey, the scriptures speak about it. Right? Is the Bible a conspiracy theory book? I don't think so. It's the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the truth is being made manifest. I'm reading again. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come away except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. I'm going to finish with Ecclesiastes. Let's go to 4 and... Bear with me. We're going to start at 10 verse 4. Salat. And it reads, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right now, who's over the earth? The wicked. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof, and not who, where, and who is he? Right? How do you do that? By setting himself up as the Messiah, as the Lord, as the angels, the prophets, and the men of the Bible, and calling himself the chosen people of God. It says, in the hand of the Most High is prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Let me get to the point. Here we go. Verse 8, it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. What is the Lord about to do? The Lord's about to take away this man's dominion and rulership and give it to the children of Israel. Right? Give it to the children of Israel, because ain't nobody happy under his rulership. Right? Nobody's happy under his rulership. This man has ruled the earth in anger. Right? It says, and the nations were angry. Right? Matter of fact, let's just read verse 1 right quick. It reads, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his offices. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. Shit, you got the motherfucking wicked ruling. How else is the city supposed to be? That's why the city is full of lies. Right? Full of lies, adultery, robbery, deceit, bloodshed. Right? This is the spirit of Babylon the Great, because you got a wicked motherfucker in power, which are the Edomites. Shalom.